So let's talk about Zbcn. Should you still be bullish? And if you are bullish, how bullish should you really be? This is a video you definitely don't want to miss, trust me. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research. Before I get into the video, real quick, for anyone that's looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000, no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that's interested. You know, the market is testing everyone right now. It lets you know real quick who was actually meant for this space, because crypto isn't for everybody. Not everyone can handle the volatility. If you want something a little bit more stable, you're going to have to invest in this S&P 500. You're going to have to buy some stocks. Crypto is a whole completely different animal. It's a beast. It can literally destroy you. And this is why entry prices is extremely important. And this is why doing your own research is extremely important, because if you don't do your own research, then you're not going to know what you hold. If you buy a coin just because someone spoke about a coin and you saw the price going up, what do you do when the price starts coming down? Do you hold? Do you buy more? Do you sell? Like, you don't know, and you have to know what you hold at all times. Some people definitely know what they hold as far as Zbcn goes. You're going to see, or you're going to know what I mean in just a second, because they are buying loads of Zbcn. They're selling some you'll know what I mean in just a second. But if we take a look at the crypto bubbles, it's another red day in the market, right? And we've been here many times before. Like, this is nothing new in the crypto space. You're going to see a lot of red days. There's been a lot of red days in 2025, and with the few green days that we have, it's massive explosion towards the upside. So you just got to be a little bit patient, and patience will go a long way, but you have to be invested in the right hype, the right narrative. I talk about this all the time, right? Because if you're investing in some random coin, let me see a random coin here that probably won't make people much money this bull cycle. I'm going to say Sandbox. I think that the gaming space is not going to really take off this bull cycle. That was last cycle, and yeah, I just don't see crypto gaming anymore really taking off. So yeah, you got to be in the right coins, right? And we all know that anything financial related, it's just most likely going to do well. Anything ISO related, it's most likely going to do well this bull cycle. Okay, but let's talk about a few things as far as Zbcn goes. So first off, this person posted this that I thought was some pretty good news. As they say here, some news you can use. Feeling bullish. The next several months are set to be good for crypto in general. The new ISO standards is set to go live on July 14th, and the migration is expected to be complete by November. Zbcn is anticipating on becoming ISO compliant by end of the year. The Genius Act, which covers the framework of stablecoins, has already passed in the Senate, should hopefully pass in the House within the next several weeks. With Zbcn paving the way for payroll, this could easily get to 10 cents within the year. So this person is calling for 10 cents within the year because of everything that's going on. And I always say, you have to pay attention to the news. You have to pay attention to what's going on in the space. You have to realize that crypto is moving in the right direction, and anything payroll related is going to make people that's just a crazy amount of money this cycle, man. I honestly believe that, and Zbcn is one of those coins that I think is going to make people some pretty sizable returns this bull cycle. Now, let's get into what people are doing, because people have been buying up the dips, and it's been quite remarkable. Check this out that I saw that was posted here on X. So this person says, sold truck, more Zbcn. Just sold my truck since I have a company truck that I use. We'll be saving nearly $900 a month between the payment and the insurance. Guess where that extra money is going? I'm loading up on Zbcn like a madman. Like a madman. So it's unreal. But clearly, this person conducted enough research to the point where they believe in Zbcn, and they clearly know what they hold. And Zbcn being on a dip right now, depending on your trading strategy, this could be a good time to buy some Zbcn. But I'm going to pull up the charts in just a second and let you guys know where I would look to get some Zbcn if I didn't hold any Zbcn, because we've been in this for a very long time. And I always tell you guys this because the last thing that I want is anyone that's new around here, maybe you came across my channel for the first time or just hearing about Zbcn. I know that sometimes people like to just get in at random prices because maybe you're new to the market. You don't know what's a good entry price. You don't know about market caps and stuff like that. And I don't like when people just FOMO in and get caught holding the bags because they just don't have a clue like how much a certain coin has already rallied, even though Zbcn is on a pullback. I'm just saying overall, like you should always look at the charts and know where you're actually buying these coins. That's always the first thing that you should do before you hit that buy button. Know where you're buying these coins. That's the difference between you making life-changing returns and you getting wrecked in the crypto market. Again, I'm not talking specifically about Zbcn. I'm talking about just any coin or any stock. If you're involved in the stock market, always know where you're buying these coins at. Okay, but back into X here, we can see that people are still bullish on Zbcn. People are still talking about it. The hype is definitely still here. It cooled down just a little bit, and the reason for that is the price didn't, it hasn't rallied really in the last, few weeks now or something like that. But we're still early. I mean, the overall crypto market is pulling back, and Zbcn is now going along with the rest of the crypto market. There was a point where it was just doing its own thing, but sometimes these coins catch up to the overall market, and Zbcn right now has caught up to the overall crypto space. Okay, now if we take a look here at this chart and we actually look at this indicator, you'll find it down below. It's called Traces. Lets you know when's a good time to buy and sell crypto. But we can see that a bearish momentum was fired on Zbcn June 22nd. So right now Zbcn has entered into a bearish momentum on this indicator. Okay, that being said, okay, I've talked about this area quite a few times. If you guys have been following me, 0.0033, I said I felt like there was going to be a correction down towards 0.033, and it fell just slightly below it during that massive dip in the market just less than a week ago, like 5-6 days ago, something like that, right? It fell to 0.0032, and we did bounce back a little bit. But what's not the greatest on the charts, in my opinion, is the fact that we got this bounce, yes, but it came and it retested the lows here, which did previously act as a support level at 0.0037 to 0.0040, okay? So that's not the greatest sign, and you can actually also see a double top. Now, this is only a day apart, this double top. So June 23rd and June 24th, we had a double top, okay? And just like all the way back here when I mentioned this double top, how it wasn't a good sign, but this one was more than just a couple days apart, and this one was just a day apart. So it's not necessarily saying that we're going to come crashing down at this point. It all just depends, man. Like, we did get a nice bounce recently at 0.0034, but this area needs to hold. And the reason why I'm saying this, Zbcn cannot come below 0.0030. Now, it can, obviously, but the reason why I'm saying that, actually not even that low. I think it's like 0.0037 or something like that. But the reason why I'm talking about that area is because if you go all the way out to Zbcn at its all-time lows, or sorry, at its all-time highs, it was 0.0034. So I'm going to say around this is a psychological number. And again, recently it felt slightly below that, but that's okay because everything that was going on with war escalation is to be expected. Support levels get broken, okay? But I do believe that a big psychological number is going to be around 0.0030. If Zbcn does fall below that, then, some investors that claim they're holding this for the long term will probably start to panic sell at that point. So I want you guys to pay attention to that area, 0.0030. Definitely pay attention to that area. And I always say, if Zbcn comes crashing all the way down, let's just say worst case scenario, I don't think this is going to happen at all, but worst case scenario, if Zbcn comes crashing all the way down to 0.0020, that is a load the boat opportunity in my personal opinion. And if we get even lower than that, which I don't see happening, but if it does, you guys already know what I'm going to say, man. This is just an unbelievable opportunity that it's just unbelievable, man. Like, that is really the golden zone. if you get Zbcn at the very lows, again, the absolute golden zone. But again, do whatever makes you guys feel comfortable. I'm just here to spread some information and my insights on Zbcn. I'm still bullish. I do believe that Zbcn is going to make people a crazy amount of money this bull cycle, and I look forward to it. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.